Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zachary Nolan. Welcome back. We're in Montreal right now. Obviously, that's what this video is on. It's been a long day. There were highs, there were lows. The good news is it is not the end of the tournament, which is big news for Canadians. Basically, it's still a pretty open tournament. USA has secured a spot. We have some great games to cover today because we went to both of them. So first off, let's talk about the Finland and Sweden game, which now, where we're at, looks tame. It looks a lot tamer now, because let me tell you, when I watched that game, I was like, this is great. This is a rivalry game. Tensions are high. The scoring was off the charts. I wish there was more of that in the USA-Canada game, but we know why that was. Yeah, so I wasn't really recording much for this game because honestly I didn't want to burn out my phone, and I just kind of wanted to sit back and enjoy it as a neutral party. The Suomi, I love that. Suomi, I love that. Yeah, Suomi, yeah, I love it. We had a bunch of Finnish fans behind us. They were awesome. There's a lot of Swedes. There were a lot of Swedes there too. And we have 2 Finland goals because we have overtime, but we also have a power play goal. The Mikko Rantanen power play goal is here.
The penalty for Sweden over.
And then, honestly, it's a back and forth game. Sweden has a couple leads. Finland has a couple leads. My takeaways on this game, first off, I don't want to say I wasn't impressed with Kevin Lankinen, but he wasn't the guy I would have had play this game. Technically, every game that Finland plays from here on out after losing 6-1 to the States is a do or die game. I would have used Jussi Sarosay. Now, it didn't end up really mattering, except for the fact that I would argue the goal that he gives up, the Rasmus Dahlin tap-in goal, is on Kevin Lankinen. That's the only one that I really look at, and I'm like, yeah, that's you could have done better on that. First goal is a brutal turn away that gives Mika Zibanejad a goal. Then the Finns get one, and then, it's a back-and-forth game. Finns score on the power play. Philip Gustafsson gets pulled from this game, not due to performance, but due to a sickness. The coach was very clear on that. However, he does finish the night with 2 goals against on 4 shots, which is a bad look. Linus Ullmark draws in the lineup. To be honest, though, I really thought that, don't get me wrong, Gustafsson was really good in the game against Canada, and part of the reason why there's so much more pressure on Canada now because they don't have that third point that they could have if they beat Sweden in regulation, was due to Philip Gustafsson. But I always thought that Linus Ullmark was going to be primed to be an option as the starter. So, yeah. And then Samuel Ersson as a distant third. But yes, the game is great back and forth. There's a lot of scoring in the first 2 periods. In the third period, it just shuts down. Not in a boring way. It's just there's no more goals. And then we go to the overtime, and it's back and forth. And Adrian Kempe thinks he's got the winner. He puts it 5-hole. It gets past Lankinen, but it goes wide. And Granlund picks up the puck. And the Finns have a 2-on-1. And he reads pass, psych, and fires it home to beat Sweden in overtime. Reaction here.
But they go through. That's like a Finland. No way!
So I looked this up. I found this out. This is the first international overtime goal that Finland scored in I don't know how long. It's a long time. Almost like on like a best on best setting, not World Juniors, obviously, because Finland has scored numerous goals in that period. But yeah, this is a big win. They beat Sweden. They knock off, as Patrick Laine said, Sweden's little brother now. And Sweden has to beat USA in regulation. And they need a lot to go right if they want to go through. Honestly, this tournament has been just missed opportunities for Sweden. In my opinion, Sweden had a roster rivaling Canada because they had the better goaltending than Canada, which we've seen. In my opinion, at this point, Sweden's defense is just as good, if not possibly better, than Team Canada's. I think Team Canada's defense has been extremely shaky. Obviously, the edge to Canada in the offensive department, but I thought Sweden was going to be a powerhouse, and they have just failed to convert. They get stunned by Binnington in overtime multiple times, and then they get stinged by Kevin goddamn Lankinen, of all people. And now they're sitting at 2 overtime losses, and they're sitting last in the pool. So, yeah, it's crazy what this tournament has been. That leads us to Carter's Corner.
And this is how you fucking kidding me! Come on! Yeah!
Good morning, afternoon, and my turn, jackass!
Sweet! Get the fuck out of here!
What a stop by
Well, not the result we were looking for. 3-1, States win. One empty netter, arguably multiple, depending who you ask. Certainly if you ask Zach, you'll hear his thoughts in the game. But, I mean, so Finland-Sweden game, ton of fun. Really, really enjoyed it. Rocking crowd, great game, and overall exciting finish. I just wanted a good game. Didn't really have a stake in either team, although I think it ended up actually, the result, the way it went, actually probably works to Canada's favor, especially now with kind of the situation they're in and the remaining games they got. But didn't like the way we were kind of allocating our ice time and some of the line matching we had. Had a huge problem with the lack of tape-to-tape passes. Every pass was either 4 feet in front of a guy or 1 foot in front of a guy, where our guy would have to reach out, and then by the time he has the puck, I mean, he's fully extended, he's got nowhere to go, and they'd already be on us, and so we'd just drop it immediately. Had to resort to basically dumping and chasing strictly, because that was all we could do, except a lot of the problems were that we would dump and maybe chase, and that was a big issue today. But if there's any good that can come out of this game, anyone saying that Connor Hellebuck is incapable of playing big in a big game, I think this silences all the critics in that regard. And so, yeah, hoping that Team Canada can get a good win over Finland and get some redemption in the championship game. So that's all I can hope for. And back to Zach.
And yes, the boy has thoughts. The boy has wisdom to share. So then we go to the big one. The big one. This is, I don't think this is hyperbole to say, this is the most geopolitical hockey game I've ever seen in my entire life. And I probably will ever see in my entire life, unless they play in the finals. This game had so much tension going in. The Canadians were booing the anthem. Americans were booing our anthem. Canadians were also being threatened by annexation, which is kind of a crazy statement to say, I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't on my bingo card to say while I was on vacation, hey, are we getting annexed yet? And insane. We got called the 51st state, you got called the 11th province, and then you asked us what that meant. And it was a back and forth. I saw so many things today. I saw an American pick a fight with a Canadian fan and then absolutely get dropped, which it wasn't fair because he was on a step lower, but he still went down hard. Like, man, they were fighting. They were fighting at the end of this game.
This was after the game in
yes,
the stairwell,
yes,
right?
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Now, it was unfair because Canada had the high ground, They were 2 steps above, but he still got hit nonetheless. And I, as a neutral, innocent bystander, loved every second of it. But anyway, so for the game portion of this, what a build-up. First off, there's so much intensity here. We hadn't seen a single fight in the tournament. We thought that'd be a taboo. That was blown out the door. So first off, the American anthem gets booed into oblivion, which is... People have went back and forth on anthems, but I'd like to point out, in terms of protest, like, there was a really good interview on this where they were like, I don't like them booing the anthem. And then there was a great follow-up question is, okay, but if you were faced with a country threatening to annex you, how would you feel? Well, I'd probably do more than boo the anthem. So, I mean, there you go. Anywho. Yeah, we boo the anthem into oblivion. The Canadian anthem gets sung by Canadians, which is impassioned. I don't know about you guys, but I felt extremely patriotic. I was ready to invade North Dakota on call. I could have taken cities tonight for my country. But anyway.
You could have taken Bismarck.
You know what else happened? So the puck gets dropped, boom, we gotta fight. Holy
Power play unit without the car. Oh my God! There's no way! No! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
and the building comes unglued. Like, GSP did the announcement, which was amazing. There was a woman announcing Team USA
They had
that
a
I
figure
had.
skater. We
I
had the greatest
no,
MMA fighter.
I
of
had
all time.
no idea she had any significance whatsoever, but she got booed. And it was really funny, too, because they were supposed to announce the team, but nobody told Connor Hellebuck that because he just fucking walked right past her. She walked out there to it, hi, and then, like, Connor Hellebuck's like, I got a job to do, and skated right past her. Didn't even have time to announce. And then they just booed her while she stood there awkwardly. But anyway, yeah. So, there's a fight. Brandon Hagel fights one of the fucking Kachucks.
That'd be Matthew.
Matthew Kachuk. Arguably wins the fight with the takedown, then hypes up the crowd. Then Brady Kachuk fights Sam Bennett. He probably gets the better of Bennett here in like 2 seconds under that. And then JT Miller makes a... Oh, yeah. And then JT Miller makes a really bad business decision. And that's what we're going to call it. So, Jordan Binnington covered the puck. Successfully this time, he covered the puck, which was interesting. And JT Miller decides this is a perfect opportunity to introduce somebody's face to my stick. And cross-checks Colton Parayko. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen Colton Parayko. If you haven't, look up. He's probably up there. But JT Miller looked up to Colton Parayko, and Colton Parayko nearly introduced him to God. And, like, I'm not kidding. I have never seen Colton... Yeah, here's the clip.
Go again!
can see this is older brother being extremely patient with younger brother's bullshit. He drops him in 2 punches, waits for him to get up so he has an excuse to punch him again. And I've seen this fight back. There's at one point where JT Miller tries to uppercut him and just misses, and I'm pretty sure JT Miller nearly rings his own bell. And Colton Parayko's still there because mountains don't move when you hit them, and he just keeps wailing on him. And then I almost said the Jets, and then Team Canada gets a power play out of this, and this is where the game starts to not be fun. We really peak 9 seconds in this game, and then it becomes a defensive duel, or as I like to call, a turnover battle, because who can take up more turnovers than the other team? Team Canada turned the puck over so much. You know, when you're praising 35-year-old Drew Doughty on his defensive prowess, you really need to look inward on yourself.
Barring that one play at the end where he just gives it away.
He gave up. I gave up too. Man, we really iced Travis Sanheim and Thomas Harley in 2025, and we thought, yeah, that's going to do it. That'll do it. They're no Cale Makar and Shea Theodore, but they'll get the job done. God. I don't mean to pick on them, but, did we kill Mackenzie Weegar, Brandon Montour, Vince Dunn? Did we kill 7 defensemen? How did Sanheim pick up the phone? Yeah, where's Chris Tanev? He should be blocking shots there. Anyway, Connor McDavid scores a highlight reel goal, which is here. And then Jordan Binnington makes a highlight reel mistake. Take your guy. Oh. I fucking hate Jordan Binnington. I hate when he's against my team. I hate when he's on my team. Jordan Binnington is dog shit. And I don't mean that, as a future journalist, this is probably not the most organized way to say it. However, I also have fact on my side, and that is really emboldening me to say things. Jordan Binnington doesn't even have the 5th highest save percentage among Canadian-born goaltenders this season. He's behind Logan Thompson, which, boy, am I missing right now. Mackenzie Blackwood, and 3 others. And one of them's Jake Allen, for the record. Yeah. You want to see 36-year-old Jake Allen defend your country's pride? It's tariff season. Country's on the line. 51st state or 11th province. And Jordan Binnington comes up to bat and gives up a Jake Gensel knuckle puck 5-hole. God. Meanwhile, other end of the ice, Connor Hellebuck looks like Jonathan Quick in prime form. Oh, man. Man, playing against Hellebuck sucked. It sucked. And sucked. And that's without factoring in the fact that we had Jordan Binnington. And that sucked times 2. So we're in the second now. The game has gotten a little... We're pressuring, but it's Connor Hellebuck, so it doesn't matter. Puck doesn't go in. And then Dylan Larkin comes, and he shoots it over Jordan Binnington, because of course he does. It's a miracle Jordan Binnington only gave up 2 goals tonight. Now, fortunately, he had a couple posts by his side. They got him a decent amount of the way. But yeah, Canada's offense falls flat. Oh my God, Canada's offense. Holy hell. We've talked about the defense. Let's talk about the offense. If I see Anthony Cirelli and Brandon Hagel on the ice for over 15 minutes with national pride on the line again, I will deport myself. They were awful. They were awful. Also, I love this. Backs against the wall. You need a goal. And you think, let's put McDavid, McKinnon, and Crosby together, and let's see what happens. Oh, you think? You think, John? John Cooper staring at 3 names, and he goes, I'd actually rather see Seth Jarvis right now. Can I have Seth Jarvis again? Like, they slowly figured out that their line sucked. And it was like watching evolution. They started out, and they had Crosby with McKinnon and Stone. And it took them 2.5 periods to realize that Stone does not have 2 working knees. And that Brain Point would be very beneficial. And then they made a incredible discovery of putting Connor McDavid with them. If you play like that from the first period, you probably win this hockey game. But yeah, too many passes. Honestly, I felt like I was screaming at the bottom 6 of Canada the entire game. Too many turnovers where they're just giving the puck to the Americans. And Jordan Binnington played terribly. Not played terribly, but he gave up goals that he can't. And honestly, so what I want to see is Aiden Hill play against Finland, and then I want to see Aiden Hill play against the USA in the final if they make it. So yeah, that's 16 minutes of me ranting. Thanks so much for watching. Friendly reminder, Team Canada lost the first game to USA in 2010 as well, and that went okay. So we'll see. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of the break.
Nikolai Ehlers chips it through, gets around, and he